Hey guys, Jason here. Sort of bringing you in late on this. This is building the beehives part 2, and this one's going to be a relatively short video. I'm thinking, but basically what I've done here is I'm going to have 3 sides to the thing, to each base, and then a bottom board. And what I've already done, they're 1 7/8 inches wide. Now what I've already done is I've took some 1x12 shelving and ripped those out. I've got 6 pieces here. 2, 3, 4, yep, six pieces here. I've already cut one of them down to exactly 16 1/4 inches. I'll dado it just like I did my boxes. That'll be the back. And I'm going to cut another one down to 16 1/4. And then I'll have 4 here that I cut down to 22 inches. That'll give a little bit of a lip, basically a landing pad for the bees to land on before they crawl up into the bottom side of the hive. Just to give you a little idea of what this bottom board is going to look like. Once I get it all screwed together, I've got the 2 sides and the back, and I'm going to cut a groove in it and slide some 1x12 shelving in there, just like so, and that'll give them a little landing pad so that they can crawl up into the bottom of the hive. A little lip there for them to sit down on, and for me to set feeders on and such, but that's just for demonstration. It's not tacked together yet. Anyway, I have already, just out of the way here, I've already dadoed out these corners here. The next step is to take and dado out a little groove around here. Now, if y'all have never seen a dado blade, it's this particular one is 2 outside blades and 3 chippers, and then there's a bunch of spacers that go with it. And between these 2 outside blades, the spacers and the shims and the chippers, you can cut anything. I think it'll cut a 7/8 inch wide, almost a 1 inch wide groove. Any depth you want, just depends on how high or how low you set the saw up. You can even do some funky angles if you wanted to. My next step here is to make a little rim all the way around the inside edge of all these boards, 3/8 of an inch down from the top. So what I've done is I've set myself up a little rip fence here so that I can run this board just as straight as possible right along here, and once it comes out the other side, it'll have a groove in it exactly 3/8 inch down from the top and exactly 3/4 of an inch wide all the way down and around it. And I'll do that to all these boards, and then I'll be set up to put everything together and put my 2 pieces of shelving in the bottom to close it all up. But and one more tip: always keep scrap lumber around. Make a few test fires, because once you go to the trouble of machining or milling out all your little perfect little blanks here, you don't want to grab one up and start tearing through it and make a miscut. You can metal is much more forgiving. If you make a miswhack, you can always weld it back together and start over. Wood, you make a miswhack, you've just wasted a piece of lumber. So anyway, you're gonna have to find something else to use it for, because once you screw up with wood, it's really hard to fix it. There's only so much you can do with putty and screws. But anyway, I'm going to get this thing set up and adjusted right, and next time I come back, we should be cutting bottom boards. So Back in a few. Well, I'm gonna tell you now. Little test fire I just done. I couldn't be more pleased with it. I mean, you want to talk about like a glove? So, all right, guys, here we go. Got a rough assembly going here, and anyway, that's pretty much how the hive base is going to look when I'm done with it. I got some cleanup to do. Let me set this out of the way. I just like the way it looks better, you know, nice hardwood dance floor for the bees to hang out in, party, have a good time. I am going to flip things around, get this gouge here on the bottom side, and tighten things up. Maybe take my plane and clean up the edges, make it nice and neat and all, and glue it together, putty it up, and paint it. I'm not going to paint the interior, but paint the exterior and the bottom and all. But I think, you know, the plan's called for 3/4 plywood here, and I've wound up, you know, using this shelving, and it's kind of funny. Let me walk over here and show you what I'm talking about. It's real funny the way these have turned out, because I followed a completely different plan. I followed a plan for a stock store-bought Langstroth hive, and over here I pulled out of the loft of the barn several weeks ago the beehives that my dad built when I was in the 2nd grade. Now granted, he's got 3/4 inch here, which mine's set up with 3/8 for the feeder, for the bee feeder and medicator that will mount right here in the event that I need it. But it's funny that we wound up that we're going to wind up with that same lip sticking out a little further on mine and his. Okay, guys, it's January 1st. Finished up with the bottom boards. I don't even remember where I left off with the video on the bottom boards, but I'm thrilled with how they turned out. Like I say, I can't even remember where I left off with it. I'm going to take a shortcut. I went ahead today. I was looking for my 1/4 inch plywood that I thought I had stashed, and everything I've got is 5/16. So I cheated. I ordered the inner covers from Kelly Bees, which I ordered the queen excluders as well, and the queen excluders fit perfectly. A little sticky because the paint ain't quite dry, but the queen excluders fit perfectly, so why want the inner covers? I'm still going to make the outer covers myself, but I just went ahead, since I didn't have the 1/4 inch plywood. I ordered 4 of them. They were $9 a piece. Only going to need 2, but I want a couple of extras just in case somehow or another I get stupid, drop one and break one. So, or 2. So it's just always good to have a backup. It's the way I've thought since I was a kid. So I don't know. It's just me. But anyway, that's how they turned out. Got them all painted up. The interior is going to be wood grain. Don't want to put the paint in there with them. Yeah, according to the guys at my beekeeping club, there's no telling what bees will do. You know, you put paint in there, they're liable to decide to peel it off the walls and make a Picasso or something. I don't know. Anyway, they suggest not painting the insides, so I have not painted the insides, and I left the floor unpainted as well. Who knows? Maybe they'll have them a little dance floor in there, set up with a little tiki bar over in the corner, and just having a good old time out in my backyard. As long as they make honey, I don't care. But anyway, guys, Happy New Year's. That's where I'm at with the Beehive project. Tomorrow I'll start on the hive tops, and once I get the tops for it, we'll be 100% ready for, I think it's May. They said the bees will be coming in, so get my two broads, I get broads or however they say it. Anyway, I have 2 queens and 3 pounds of worker bees. They say 3 pounds of bees is 10,000 bees. So anyway, I'm excited, thrilled about it. So anyway, everybody, happy January 1st. We made it through 2012. Them old mines wasn't as smart as they thought they were, huh? But anyway, guys, so we'll catch you later on. Y'all take care. Happy New Year. Jason out.